Imagine being in a busy train station, surrounded by the sounds of rushing footsteps, announcements, and the hum of daily life. But what if, in the middle of this routine, a security camera captured something that defies explanation? A woman appears on the screen, yet everything about her, her movements, her gaze, seems off, disturbingly so. It's as if she doesn't belong in this world. And on a night that seemed ordinary, something extraordinary was recorded, leaving behind a question. Who, or rather, what was that figure? Before we dive into this story that challenges everything we know, take a moment to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single detail. And if you've ever experienced something strange, share it in the comments. We'd love to hear your stories. The recording that started this mystery was taken at a major city train station. The security camera, positioned in the main corridor, captured the constant flow of passengers passing through. It was an ordinary night, and the security team was reviewing the footage as part of their routine. But on that particular night, something strange appeared on the screen. In the middle of the crowd, a woman emerged, moving in a way that caught the security guard's attention. The guard zoomed in on her image. She wore a long, plain dress, old-fashioned and entirely out of place in the modern setting of the station. Her movements were peculiar, almost robotic, as though she were trying to mimic a human walk but couldn't quite get it right. Intrigued, the guard continued watching, but then something even more unnerving happened. She stopped, and as if sensing she was being watched, turned directly toward the camera. Her gaze was empty, devoid of any human warmth, staring straight into the lens. Other passengers moved around her, seemingly unaware of her presence. Disturbed, the guard called over a colleague to take a look. As they watched together, they noticed something even stranger. The woman seemed to float slightly, her feet barely touching the ground. Her image trembled, almost as though she were out of sync with the world around her. The closer they looked, the more disturbing the sight became. After watching the video multiple times, the guards showed it to their supervisor. Equally perplexed, he ordered them to search through the footage from previous weeks to see if she had appeared before. That's when the story took an even more chilling turn. The woman had been captured on camera multiple times in the past few weeks, always at night, always in that same corridor, moving with the same eerie, empty stare. It was as if she were stuck in an endless routine. In one of the oldest recordings, something especially disturbing happened. The woman appeared, walking slowly, but as she approached the camera, her face began to dissolve, blurring like a glitch. The footage showed her features becoming distorted, breaking apart into fragments, only to vanish moments later. The entire screen flickered with static, and when it cleared, the woman was gone as if she'd never been there. Some of the guards tried to come up with a rational explanation, suggesting that it might be a camera malfunction or a glitch in the recording. But after multiple technical analyses, it was confirmed there was no error in the equipment. The woman, or at least her image, was real, and the cameras were functioning perfectly. Disturbed, the security team decided to stay late one night, determined to catch sight of her again. They kept their eyes glued to the monitors, watching live feeds of the corridor. It was past 2 in the morning, and the station was deserted, except for the guards on high alert. Suddenly, there she was, appearing on the monitor with that same unnatural gait and hollow gaze. But this time, something different happened. She began walking toward the station's exit, an area just out of the camera's view. Without hesitation, one of the guards grabbed a flashlight and went to the corridor to find her. When he arrived, it was empty. He shone the light around, looking in every corner, but she was nowhere to be seen. A chill ran down his spine. Returning to the monitor, he saw that the camera still showed her standing in the corridor, staring into the lens as though mocking their attempt to catch her. The experience began to affect the entire security team. Some guards even reported strange dreams featuring the figure of the woman. Many described similar scenes: the empty station, the woman walking towards them but never quite reaching, like a shadow trapped just out of reach. Tension grew, and rumors began to spread among both the guards and the station staff, with some passengers claiming they felt an eerie sensation, as if they were being watched. Desperate for answers, the team brought in a paranormal expert to review the footage. The expert watched, visibly unsettled, as the recordings played. He explained that the woman displayed characteristics associated with paranormal manifestations, but she was different. According to him, this figure had the qualities of an echo of something that was never human. He suggested that certain energies could take on human-like forms, interacting with the physical world only partially. To make matters worse, they uncovered an old accident report. Decades before, a woman had been struck and killed in the same station. Some locals believed her spirit never found peace. However, the expert had a different theory. What if this figure was something that simply adopted a familiar form to appear human? Something imitating a person? Left without definitive answers, the guards continued their nightly watch, but the tension was unbearable. One stormy night, the figure reappeared and the station lights flickered. The monitor showed heavy static interference, but as it cleared, the woman was there again, only closer. Her face, almost filling the screen, looked distorted as if her mask was starting to fail. Within seconds, she vanished from the screen, leaving only an eerie silence in her wake. That was the last time anyone saw her on camera. The guards, shaken, deleted the recordings from that week, fearing that somehow she could sense when she was being watched. Today, the story of the woman who wasn't human is a closely held secret among the few who witnessed it. Those who saw her still feel uneasy when they pass through that corridor. Sometimes, when new guards are hired, the old ones share the tale in hushed tones. No one truly knows what that figure was: a ghost, a presence from another dimension, or something beyond human understanding. But the memory of her lingers, a constant reminder that sometimes the world shows us things our eyes are not meant to see. What would you do if you saw something like this? Share your thoughts in the comments, subscribe for more chilling mysteries, and send this video to someone who also loves a good unsolved mystery. Maybe one of you holds a clue that explains the unexplainable.